Major funding for NJTV News is provided in part by the members of the New Jersey Education Association, making public schools great for every child, and PSE&G. We make things work for communities.
Tonight on NJTV News, giving kids a head start at school.
Governor Murphy announces the first grants for pre-K expansion and talks about taxing recreational marijuana.
The long and winding road to open a new medical school leads to this, a new health sciences campus between Hackensack Meridian Health and Seton Hall.
Over 20 alleged child predators are caught in a sting operation, how they use social media apps to target their victims.
133 billion tons. That's the amount of food the United States Department of Agriculture says the U.S. throws out every year. And now they're trying to change that by getting people to recycle food waste.
Here in Hunterdon County, historic mills still stand for locals to enjoy.
Those stories and more next on NJTV News.
Live from the Agnes Varus NJTV studio at 2 Gateway Center in Newark, this is NJTV News with Mary Alice Williams.
Hello, thank you for joining us. Governor Murphy has opened the spigot on the largest increase in taxpayer funding to expand pre-K in more than a decade. And there's more where that came from. Senior correspondent Brenda Flanagan reports.
The governor chose Columbus School in Carteret to announce the first round of state aid, $20.6 million, to expand pre-kindergarten classes in 31 eligible districts across New Jersey. The aid doubles Carteret's $285,000 pre-K program.
Meeting these basic yet imperative needs allow children to feel comfortable and safe, which makes them ready to learn.
We estimate that this will enhance and increase the number of preschool programs for more than 2,000 3- and 4-year-olds across New Jersey.
Murphy then kicked off a wider-ranging Q&A session. The debate continues over how much to tax legal marijuana, and the governor confirmed he still supports a higher tax rate in the 25% range. But sources confirmed draft legislation that would, among other things, set New Jersey's tax rate for legal weed at a flat 10% to keep store prices from getting undercut by street dealers. Murphy said he's not ruling anything out.
We've not hardened a position on taxes on legal. This is a little bit like sports betting. We want to make sure if we're going to do it, we eliminate to the very best of our abilities the black market. So you don't want to price yourself out of the market. You want to be at a level where you're making the right kind of money off of it so you can invest in the state that we've talked about.
A 10% legal weed tax would rank among the nation's lowest. Lobbyist Bill Caruso supports a tax rate in the higher range, noting you want to dry up the black market, but on the other hand, the black market will dry up by legalization alone because, he says, legal weed stores would offer variety, education, and no surprises like illegal additives. The governor also applauded a new health care deal with public worker unions that saves taxpayers almost $500 million by emphasizing generic drugs and in-network physicians. It'd cover 800,000 current and retired state and local government workers and is a long-sought political concession that eluded union foe Governor Christie. Murphy cultivated union support.
I believe it's what you get when you get everybody at the table as opposed to jam things down people's throats. In the latter, you tend not to get good results. You create a lot of animosities and fractures. In the former, when you're at the table, as tough as it might be, and these conversations, believe me, are challenging and tough, you get better results and for everybody.
The governor and his education commissioner also said that while they still want to aggressively phase out the park testing program, they are sensitive to lawmakers' demands for further discussion and have not yet rescheduled a vote with the Board of Education.
We want to make sure we get this right. I may have a strong bias, but we do want to get it right. It's like adult use marijuana. We want to do it. We want to address the social injustices, but again, it's got to be done right. As
for pre-K expansion, the governor said the state's now accepting applications for the second round of aid, almost $27 million. In Carteret, I'm Brenda Flanagan, NJTV News.
24 people suspected of using social networks and gaming apps to lure underage children for sex were themselves lured into the hands of undercover officers. Leah Mishkin reports on a multi-agency sting called Operation Open House.
These 24 men were allegedly lurking on social media, looking for vulnerable underage boys and girls to sexually assault.
Conversations took place over several weeks on some of these social platforms. Officials say the men were told they were talking to 14 or 15-year-olds. Still, all 24 defendants allegedly made plans to meet the children for sex. What these men didn't realize was behind those keyboards weren't children, but undercover officers.
These alleged child predators traveled near and far, hoping to find their underage and unguarded victims home alone. One man, Defendant Nandalal, came all the way from the Bronx, New York, over 90 miles.
Dozens of law enforcement officers and evidence technicians were waiting for many of them at a staged home in Toms River.
They were promptly placed under arrest, and in some cases, they were placed under arrest by the very officer who portrayed the child they targeted for sex.
Among the people arrested was a Howell Township police sergeant.
Richard Conti, who we allege betrayed his oath and his badge. Conti claimed during his chats that he was a 19-year-old male. Believing that he was chatting with a 15-year-old girl, he allegedly said that he had had sex with underage girls and wanted to meet the girl to, quote, get naked, close quote. He had condoms in his pocket when he was arrested.
In this group, we're told there's also a nurse, college students, a firefighter, and a registered sex offender.
It's absolutely critical that parents familiarize themselves with these apps. Just as you are vigilant about a stranger approaching your child in a park, you need to be equally, if not more, vigilant about the dangers lurking in these new cyber playgrounds.
A lot of these apps, their strength is anonymity. So their anonymous nature allows people not to put their exact information in there.
These officials warn child predators will spend countless hours trying to build a rapport with their victims.
The other thing we're trying to highlight is monitor their activity, because you have apps and games that also have chat functions that predators now use to target children playing these games.
But the Attorney General added,
we want child predators to know that we are on social media too, and that the next child that they may target may be an undercover officer waiting for them with handcuffs.
All 24 defendants have been charged with second-degree luring as a result of Operation Open House. Many also face additional charges. In Hamilton, Leah Mishkin, NJTV News.
A data breach tops tonight's business news. Here with details on the hacking is Rhonda Schaffler. Rhonda?
Mary Alice, a New Jersey insurance company says its members' personal information may have been compromised in a data breach. AmeriHealth HMO and AmeriHealth Insurance Company of New Jersey says information about some of its members was uploaded to a public website earlier this year. Now, that information included names, birth dates, diagnosis codes, and claim processing information. Social security numbers and financial information were not included in the breach. The insurance company does not know if the personal information was accessed once it was posted on the website. AmeriHealth will contact affected members and has since tightened its online security procedures. Well, it's not much, but it is a savings just the same. Public Service Electric and Gas is lowering gas rates for residential customers beginning next month. The rate drop means the typical customer will save about $1 a month on their bills. State lawmakers will vote again next week on a bill to create a Garden State growth zone surrounding the Atlantic City airport. Governor Murphy conditionally vetoed the bill last month, saying he wanted the Atlantic City tax incentives to expire next July, which is the same time the state's other tax credit programs are due to sunset. Lawmakers say they've decided even a scaled-down version of the incentive bill will still provide help to the local economy. The city of Newark gets high marks in the first ever New American Economy Cities Index. That index measures, among other things, how well immigrants are integrated into the community, and Newark earned the top spot in the index. Mayor Ras Baraka says Newark's first place showing is a recognition of everything his administration is doing to support and protect immigrants, both documented and undocumented. The State Treasury Department says revenue collections are on target 2 months into this new fiscal year. Total tax collections are up nearly 9% compared to the same period a year ago. Collections are higher across the board. That includes income, sales, and business taxes. On Wall Street, strong gains for stocks with the Dow rising nearly 185 points. And those are your top business stories.
Support for the Business Report is provided by Atlantic City Electric, an Exelon company, connecting communities and powering southern New Jersey.
This week marks 1 year since Hurricane Maria inflicted catastrophic damage on Puerto Rico. Some displaced families joined New Jersey senior U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, who marked the anniversary, by calling for a full accounting of the federal government's response to one of the worst natural disasters in U.S. history, and calling out President Trump for denying the deaths of nearly 3,000 people in its wake.
Never in my more than 4 decades of public service could I have imagined a president of the United States who would display such a callous disregard, disrespect, and outright contempt for 3.5 million Americans in need. This administration's response to Puerto Rico, in my view, cost thousands of American lives and will be a stain in our history. We're going to continue to fight to hold FEMA accountable for its failures in Puerto Rico, just as I did for New Jerseyans after Hurricane Sandy.
With a goal of producing principally primary care physicians to fill a doctor shortage in the state, the first new private medical school in more than half a century anchors an entire health sciences complex. Today, a community gathered to celebrate its opening. Brianna Vannozzi was there.
The new campus sits on 17 acres in Clifton and Nutley, housing Seton Hall's College of Nursing, School of Health and Medical Science, and of course, the brand new medical school with Hackensack Meridian Health, one of few in the nation to cross healthcare disciplines in an academic setting.
It means they'll be learning the way they'll be working when they're finished, so they will get used to being on teams from the get-go. Instead of just working in their own discipline, they will have an opportunity to see just how medical professionals work as a team in the actual healthcare setting.
That means students from all 3 schools will get to use the shiny new labs and latest technology, being shown off today for an official opening, though students have been attending since midsummer.
We believe it will provide really the necessary pipeline of physicians for the state of New Jersey, literally for generations to come.
To meet that shortage that so many folks are talking about.
Yeah, and we're talking about 3,000 students here in New Jersey, 150,000 up to 150,000 nationally. So there is a significant shortage, particularly in some of the specialties, primary care, general surgery, and we're cognizant of that, and we're focused on our curriculum to address those specialties as well.
It's a really nice building, definitely a lot different from the South Orange campus, so I feel like probably get a better education here.
60 students were accepted to the first medical school class. They'll complete their training at any one of the 16 Hackensack Meridian Health hospitals. Today, Cardinal Joseph Tobin performed the rite of blessing as they start a rigorous workload.
But I think the unique feature of this partnership between a leading health system and a faith-based university is to prepare women and men in those 3 areas of science for those moments when the hands reach their limit.
IHS, or the Interprofessional Health Sciences Campus, is considered the anchor in the redevelopment of the former Hoffman LaRoche headquarters. There's big hope it'll bring a needed economic boost to the area.
With the additions of Quest Diagnostics, Modern Meadow, who's a biofabrication firm, Ralph Lauren, this campus is, with the school as the centerpiece, this campus is fast becoming the premier life science, education, research, and international design innovation hub, not only in New Jersey, but in the metropolitan area.
It's exciting, but it's difficult because obviously we're kind of like the guinea pigs a little bit, and we have to figure out the kinks and doing the first time of going through exams and the coursework. Is it too much? Is it the right amount? Or are the exams too hard? Are they too difficult? And so kind of being the guinea pigs, but it's also exciting because we kind of get to pave the way and make it the school our own.
And since this is the first private medical school to open in the state in 60 years, everyone's now looking for what the next 60 will bring. In Nutley, Brianna Vannozzi, NJTV News.
And on the Rutgers campus, a new taxpayer-funded complex to help push the boundaries of medical and scientific research. Michael Hill reports.
a brand new gleaming building on Rutgers campus in Piscataway. A scarlet ribbon cutting marks the opening of the state-of-the-art chemistry and chemical biology building.
We didn't build this great building because we thought there would be a great department that could follow it in and develop from it. We had a great department before this. We had a great department that was doing great science in Quonset huts here for many years, leading the nation in terms of its research and its research funding. And it's really important to remember that the buildings don't make the faculty and the science. It's the faculty and the science that make the buildings.
Rutgers' new chemistry and chemical biology building has 145,000 square feet. It costs $115 million to build, most of that money approved by voters.
This is a building that would not have been built without the help of the state. We all got together to push forward the Building Our Future Bond Act, and $85 million of this building came from that Building Our Future Bond Act.
The state says it's about creating jobs through innovation.
That is a critical area for when we're talking about growth, economic growth for a state. The investment in STEM, and particularly the sciences, has been a top priority for the governor.
This new building, which is now incredibly well equipped, will help make great strides in scientific education and innovative research.
The kind of research already underway that the university says can alter society.
We have drugs that are in clinical trials for malaria, drugs that are actually being used in cancer therapy, drugs that are licensed for HIV/AIDS therapy.
Department Chair John Brennan took the media on a tour, first stop and still under construction, the instrumentation room, where scientists measure the chemicals they make.
The ground floor is vibration-free. We've suffered for 30 years. We haven't really had a chance to develop physical chemistry here because the old building, it shakes, the temperature fluctuates, and after 30 years of frustration, you can do your experiments in here, and if there's a nuclear bomb going off in New York City, you won't feel it. We'll still be able to do everything you need to do.
For graduate students, it puts the equipment of 3 buildings in one. No more inconveniently running between labs. Makes the research smoother?
Yeah, definitely. It makes things a lot easier for us in terms of just being able to book time on equipment and being able to actually have the resources needed in order to do an experiment, which would have taken maybe a week or so before.
More than 6,000 students take chemistry courses here every semester, and the university says this new building will allow it to expand its programs in an attractive building where Larry Kirkland's 27-foot stainless steel sculpture of a caffeine molecule out front may become the most photographed artwork in America. In Piscataway, Michael Hill, NJTV News.
Americans waste a staggering amount of food every year. Instead of being donated, it's being dumped into landfills, and that's having a negative effect on the environment. New Jersey is trying to teach restaurant owners more sustainable practices. Raven Santana reports in this edition of Peril and Promise, the challenge of climate change.
Half the food that we produce in the United States goes into landfill. The number one best use of food is food.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, 133 billion tons of food is wasted every year. The USDA says Americans throw away more than 20 pounds of food per person every month, and it's estimated that on average, an American throws away 40% of fresh fish, 23% of eggs, and 20% of milk.
It's not in anyone's interest to, buy $100 worth of groceries at the grocery store, eat $75 worth of it, and then throw the rest away.
In 2017, New Jersey passed a law establishing a food waste reduction goal of 50% by 2030. The law requires the Department of Environmental Protection to develop a plan with public input to accomplish the goal.
We know that 11% of the New Jersey population is food insecure, and not only is the food wasted, but all the resources that went into producing that food.
As part of the DEP's effort to address climate change, the agency co-hosted a workshop for the restaurant industry at Princeton University to introduce ways they can become more sustainable.
The DEP says part of the problem is that consumers are confused about food labels and have unrealistic ideas about how long food will actually last.
Most of those labels have nothing to do with the safety to eat that food. They are simply the manufacturer's statement of when that food is best purchased by. And people end up throwing out perfectly good food.
One way for people to recycle food waste is by using a compost bin like this. They can discard only food and liquids in either paper bags or special biodegradable garbage bags so it can be repurposed instead of it being sent to a landfill with trash.
The food waste is in the trash. We're paying $195 per ton of it to throw it away. Meanwhile, it goes to a landfill where, as it decomposes, it releases methane, which is a potent greenhouse gas and leads to climate change.
John McConaughey owns the Doublebrook Farm, where his farm-to-table business practices a type of composting method in order to feed farm animals and grow food.
It's a type of ferment compost where they take the food waste, they grind it, they ferment it, and the end result is food for the animals and fertilizer.
The DEP says the best way to reduce food waste is by practicing these 5 tips in your own home. Plan your meals accordingly so you don't ever overbuy. Rotate the materials you have in your refrigerator so they don't go bad. Prepare only what you will eat. Enjoy leftovers. And if you have a party, try to send extra food home with guests so it doesn't get wasted. In Princeton, Raven Santana, NJTV News.
There are monuments to the state's industrial past ripe for restoration. Lauren Wanko found one down by an old mill stream.
Tucked within picturesque Hunterdon County, a piece of history still stands, the Prallsville Mills.
We absolutely are sitting on a treasure.
It was perfectly situated between the Delaware River. There's a great creek that when it rains, it runs like crazy. And some entrepreneur back then said, this is a perfect site for a grist mill.
Originally constructed in the early 1700s, this is the third grist mill on the now state-owned property.
When John Prall bought the property, he turned it from a grist mill just alone into what they describe as a early industrial village.
Which included a sawmill, stone quarry, fisheries in the Delaware River, and more.
Stockton, Lambertville, which is the neighboring town, they were industrial centers. They were not the tourist villages that they are now. Water drove so much of this, so if you had the opportunity to be near water, you had industry.
By the mid-1950s, the mills were no longer operating and began to deteriorate, says Delaware River Mill Society's Phil Guttis. A local couple, Donald and Beverly Jones, purchased the site and began to restore it. Then they sold it to the state in the 1970s.
State of New Jersey took it over and then were not able to complete the restoration of the complex. So local residents came together and formed the Delaware River Mill Society. And that is how, to this day, I guess for the last 42 years, the Mill Society has been preserving, restoring, and interpreting the mill to the area and the community.
The property is part of the Delaware and Raritan Canal State Park. About 15,000 people visit the site each year. There are 10 buildings on the property, and the Delaware River Mill Society's mission is to restore them all.
Now to know that I'm a part and we're a part of saving this. It's just, if you care about history, it makes you feel warm inside.
In Stockton, I'm Lauren Wanko, NJTV News.
And now some noteworthy facts that help you know Jersey. New Jersey has the third largest Puerto Rican population in the nation. New Jersey voters approved $750 million in bonds for higher education in 2012. In 2017, New Jersey passed a law to cut its food waste in half by 2030. And the Prahlsville mills were in operation from the 1720s to the 1950s. If there's someone you'd like to get to know Jersey, share. Use hashtag KnowJersey. Tomorrow on NJTV News, a concerted effort to help the chronically homeless. And following tomorrow's newscast, a special report highlighting the reason they call this the Garden State Vineland. We're in your neighborhood. To share any story you've seen tonight, go to njtvnews.org. I'm Mary Alice Williams. For all of us here, thanks for being here. See you tomorrow.
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. NJM Insurance Group, serving the insurance needs of New Jersey residents and businesses for more than 100 years. And Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association. Lead funding for Peril and Promise is provided by Dr. P. Roy Vagelos and Diana T. Vagelos. Major support is provided by the Mark Haas Foundation and Sue and Edgar Wackenheim III.
Have some water. Look at these kids. How are you? What do you see? I see myself. I became an ESL teacher to give my students what I wanted when I came to this country. The opportunity to learn, to dream, to achieve, a chance to belong and to be an American. My name is Julia Toriani Crompton, and I'm proud to be an NJEA member.